Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and I actually have a new movie to review for you!
Yeah, Hollywood, you know I love you more than one night should. Yeah, Hollywood, well kiss me good. Yeah, Hollywood, you know I love you more than one.
So, I finally went to see the movie that has been out for almost the entire month of May, and of course that is Marvel's Iron Man 3, the follow-up sequel of the Marvel Studios films, and the first chapter post-Avengers, taking us into the second grouping of films which will lead up to the Avengers 2. Once again, we have Robert Downey Jr. reprising his role as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. You've got Don Cheadle reprising his role as Colonel James Rhodes, aka War Machine. Gwyneth Paltrow. You've got Paul Bettany voicing the great supercomputer Jarvis. And of course you also have the new additions to the cast. You've got Guy Pearce, who plays Aldrich, the head of the company which is right out of the comic books, Advanced Idea Mechanics, AIM. And of course you've got the terrorist leader himself, the Mandarin, played very well by Ben Kingsley. And let's not forget, even though he is not the director of this film, Jon Favreau does produce and he does return as Happy Hogan. So, now that we've officially gotten to the second level of Marvel Studios films, I have to say that Iron Man 3 was quite surprising to me. It was definitely not all over the place this time. This was a very structured film with a very structured story, very easy to follow. What I was really surprised about was the tone of the film. It wasn't really as happy-go-lucky as the last two films, with Tony Stark being as witty as he was. He actually was walking around as a nervous wreck, and the movie itself was quite dramatic. I was quite impressed with how it was. But then again, if you had to save the world from an alien invasion, and you now have to figure out what you're going to do with your life, how would you feel? So, yeah, the movie was very enjoyable. I really was surprised with what I saw, and the acting was fantastic. It's still the same as it always has been. However, there were a couple of things that I wasn't too happy about. I'm not going to go into further details because it is a spoiler. I wasn't too happy with what the Mandarin turned out to be. Because, as a fan of the comic books, I know who the Mandarin is. I know exactly what he's all about, his origin story, his ties to Iron Man, and exactly what he and his terrorist organization, the Ten Rings, are all about. I didn't really get that much from this movie. And the other thing that was not necessarily a bad thing, but it was a real surprise to me, was the ending. And that's as far as I'm going to get with you guys, as far as the two things I wasn't really so keen on with Iron Man 3. But great movie, exciting, special effects were phenomenal, you had Iron Man in all of his glory, and a great comic book summer blockbuster. So, Iron Man 3, the first summer film of the season, I'm going to give it 3 out of 4. So, that's it everybody. The question that I want to leave with you today is, now if you've gone out and seen Iron Man 3, what were your thoughts on the ending? I am the Lawn Gnome, and remember that actions speak louder than words.